In my last video, I was talking about sports, and I got cut off, but I'm gonna keep talking about them. The main thing that kept me from continuing with baseball, because I had bad eyesight when I was a kid. So up until about like 5th year of playing, I didn't realize. My mom pointed out later. She's like, "Hey, you really need glasses," and I never told you this before, but that's the reason why you couldn't see the ball and weren't that good at like that aspect of the game. But I'm really good at playing catch, and that's just something I excel at, I guess. So that's like my strength. Maybe I'd be better at shortstop than as a designated hitter, but like at that point, from the batting cages at that age, I just like wasn't really good at seeing the ball, so I couldn't do much. But I will say this: what I'm really a fan of is outdoor sports. So I love sportsmanship things like shooting, fishing, and hunting, or not hunting so much, but motocross. I guess I'll say that generally. I talked about it in the last video, so maybe I won't dwell on that too much. But I just love like miscellaneous activities and like fun things. It's kind of like more of a Jude Perfect kind of thing. Like that's kind of like how my athleticism would kind of fit in regards to miscellaneous activities, but more about the small stuff and like small activities and skills rather than like the big stuff like shooting things with bows and arrows. Even though I might be good at archery, I don't know. I'm more about the hand stuff. Like I can spin pens, I can flip water bottles, I can do like the kind of awesome things that you see that are like indicative of being like kinesthetically good at sports, but not in the kind of way you traditionally see on television, because it's more of like smaller scale kind of interesting stuff. So that. But if I had to pick up a sport, like I said, I'd probably pick up fencing. But anyway, I did a lot of outdoor activities with my dad when I was younger, so that's kind of what I'm drawing upon. That's what I'm talking about. I never went hunting because my dad wasn't big into game hunting, but that's something that's really popular in my area, and a lot of my friends did that, or a lot of the kids I knew did that rather. When I moved down here, I found out both the things are really popular. A lot of guys from work would talk about outdoor activities and stuff like that, and one of the kids I used to work with was a big fan of going deer, whatever you can do down here, I guess. I didn't even know there were deer down here, actually. Maybe he was talking about back home in Ohio. I don't know. But anyway, it was just some activities that kept me interested when I was younger, and some of the things that I kind of felt were consistent with me and my interests in my life. So that's me. Also, if you wanted to see this, I got this customized. So I got it done at the Lid store. This is a fitness guru. It's just something about me that I hold dear and true in my life. So I'm kind of like that kind of person. I'm a health warrior. So when I talk about like healthy things and staying healthy, I really live that mindset and that ideology. So like back when I was working the show, I talked about this before, but all I ate was like lean proteins, things like chicken and brown rice, and quinoa and salads. So it was really all about the healthy mindset, about staying healthy. So that stayed with me the entire time in my day-to-day life. And it was only changed when I was traveling because I couldn't eat the same foods, but I'd still kind of, well, I won't say still, but one thing I did do is at that point my mindset kind of changed. I wanted to try all the foods I could. So I got more into like foreign cuisine and things like that. But I think what I might do is just start maybe like a dedicated food blog and talk about foods I ate while I was traveling, or just generally like a health blog, I guess. Talk about exercise and things like that. So stay tuned for that. But if you haven't followed my other blogs, maybe you don't know much about my content or my tone of voice. But if you read some of my other articles, you'll probably get a gist of it really soon, really fast. And it's very unique to me. It's very unique to my style. It's very much what you'll get a gist of if you watch me enough or follow me enough or see enough of me on the internet. So that. But anyway, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Olympics, because that's like the coolest sporting event in the entire world. And I love the USA team. We're so good. I'm always so proud when our team performs. But I'm going to say this. Whenever I watched the Olympics in 2006, I think it was, the Beijing Bird's Nest, which I've been to, by the way. You can see it on my, I don't think I ever wrote a blog article about it. You can see it, I think, at least on my Instagram. Put on a great introduction opening show. So that's awesome. Just keep in mind that was awesome, at least in my opinion. It was a great example of how people really power their country. So if you've never seen it before, look it up on YouTube. You can catch a video of it. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and definitely something worth checking out. But anyway, I don't know when the next Olympics is going to be scheduled. The last ones were in Tokyo. I was actually thinking about getting tickets to see it, but I couldn't because somehow it didn't align with my schedule and I wasn't able to go. But the next ones are at a time when it's good for me to travel and see them, and I'll probably see if I can lock up tickets for at least the opening games. But maybe see some events and sports I'm interested in. I know gymnastics is always a big thing. I did gymnastics when I was younger for like a little bit with this girl Courtney from Mount Lebanon, and that was really fun. She had a big crush on me, and I won't say anything more about that, but that was really cool. Anyway, I have not yet since been involved in gymnastics, but I'd really like to go get more involved in acro yoga. If I can find a place that would do that. That's just something about me in my life, and I don't know if you're interested in that, but once again, I'm going to reference this if you read my Tinder bio. That's something I was interested in before, so that's still a standing offer. If you want to be my acro yoga partner and you're flexible, hit me up on Tinder if you find me, or leave a message in a comment below and we can schedule some time to start practicing or whatever. But anyway, my day-to-day life, I usually just do like fitness walking kind of, fit that way, where I get my cardio in every day, and I just like make sure I meet all my daily goals for staying active, because I'm not as keen on physical training as much as I was before, just because I injured a lot of parts of my body from just being really active and doing a lot of things, like walking a lot, running a lot, and traveling. So I can tell you about this in other videos, but I'll say this: I sprained my ankle, my left one, when I was walking into Tierra del Fuego, and it was a really bad sprain. I rolled it, so I can't like put too much weight or pressure on it. My right one I hurt running the other day in the Garden District, so I don't really run too much anymore. And my knee kind of stops me from doing leg day anymore, so I don't really hit that anymore. And that kind of stops me from having a regular workout routine. Not that I need one, but there's that. That being said, I learned enough while I was lifting to be able to give good advice, so I can like put you guys in the right direction. But I wouldn't say I'm like a bodybuilding master. So if you want advice on that, maybe check out their site, bodybuilding.com. You can find some great workout schedules for you. That having been said, you should check out my video on lifting if you haven't seen it before. It covers like what I did when I was in college and just like the kind of mindset you should have whenever you're hitting the gym, or at least a good mindset to have. If you're new to sports and athletics, you should at least get involved in one, because you should always try to stay physically active, because at the very least, if you've ever heard of this thing called the social fitness academics triangle, you should always try to have a balanced life in those three areas, because even if you're a social person, you should still strive to stay active and have a good body, because staying healthy is paramount and key. You should also strive to do well in school so you can get a good future, and so you can succeed in life. So no matter what your love is in life, find something you do love in at least one of those areas, or at least pursue it until you find something that clicks with you, and see if you can get it to stick in your life, because it'll work out better for you in the long run, I guarantee. Anyway, if you're new to fitness in general, maybe start with like light exercise and something like cardio. Maybe just try running. If you don't even have a gym membership, just try going running somewhere near you. Like where I live, there's a trail. I used to go running on the trail. It's called Monterey Trail if you're from Pittsburgh and you know it. Or just around your field. I used to go on walks with my mom to go walk the dog, so that's how I stayed healthy. When I was just at home and not doing much and didn't have a gym membership or access to any weights or anything like that. So it's always a good thing to keep in mind. That being said, if you have a pet or a dog, it's easier to stay active, because a lot of times you're just caring for your pet or taking it for walks. So it's a good thing too, just to stay active in your life. Or if you like biking, like I tried to do before I realized I couldn't assemble my bike, get a bike and just use it to get around places. It's a much healthier way to get from A to B. It's a good way to stay active, so keep that in mind. It's also cool because you can always do like bike rides with people and like join like biking clubs and stuff like that. So it's a great way to stay social too. And who knows? I was trying to tie back to the academics world. I don't see how that ties to academics. Either way, maybe learn more about fitness nutrition. That'll help you out there. But that's just one area of your life you don't want to stay focused on, dedicated on. Because it's too easy in this day and age to slip out of the fitness trend and the health ideology and fall back into the bad habits of being fat and lazy. So please don't do that. Nobody likes someone who isn't at their peak, because it's a shame to see someone who just kind of let themselves go and doesn't really care about life anymore. As someone who's always kept that as like a huge motivational kind of area of my life, I just say if you have trouble getting motivated, look online for resources. There's a lot of people who can tell you stories or give you advice or quotes or just tell you motivating things. It'll get you out of the house and into the gym and get you, one, to be a winner and not just a person who sits at home and thinks that being lazy and a loser and a fat, lazy asshole is okay. Because at the end of the day, you're only disappointing yourself. And it's a shame for all of us to see. And it's a shame for all of us, when we lose someone who could be a great person or achieve great things. So anyway, hope you are, healthy with your mindset too, and you're not pushing yourself too hard, because you want to know your limits and you want to be tolerant of them, or else you end up injuring yourself or hurting yourself. It's always bad. On a completely unrelated note, one time when I used to pole vault too. That was the main sport I really liked in high school, and it's what I really did excel at. So I injured myself once during training. That's not really too relevant, but I think that's why my left ankle was tender and why I rolled it in Tierra del Fuego, because I injured it one time during training for pole vaulting, and when I landed on it, kind of like rolled my ankle really hard to the left, and I had to like stay off it. I had like a high ankle sprain, is what the doctor said, so I had to keep it treated or padded or wrapped or whatever for a while. But anyway, also a cool story. One time I was at a track meet with my team, I think I told you this before in the video, but I ended up pulling the Whippeal win out for our team, so that was a big win for me. It's on a personal note, and I think that's also how I got my varsity letter for track, just for my performance in varsity sports. But anyway, whatever you like to excel at or whatever you like to do, just do it. Do it well, but do it in the way you love, and do it for the love of the sport. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it necessarily because your dad's pushed you, even though it is good motivation to get you out there and get you training and get you competitive in sports, at least to the point where you can score and win for your team. But just know at the end of the day, if you don't love what you do, you're going to be miserable. So find something that really fits with you and find something you can incorporate in your lifestyle. And what you do, you're going to love it. You're going to have the fitness winner lifestyle mindset. So that being said, I'm going to cut off this video now, but peace out. I'm Jonathan and I hope you have a nice day.